Welcome back. Classic Fire and Life Safety is a total fire and life safety company servicing the needs and organizations and institutions, large and small, private and public. They have partnered with Fanshawe College here in London, Ontario, to allow Fanshawe students enrolled in fire safety systems to join a Classic Fire and Life Safety CFAA certified technician on site, 1 day per week, to experience firsthand the practical application of what they are learning in their fire safety course. Let's hear more about this wonderful partnership. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's start by just sharing a little bit about exactly what it is that each of your institutions do, organizations, and how you came together to partner.
Let me start.
Sure.
So I run a fire inspection program at Fanshawe College, which is a 3-year advanced diploma program, which had what we call a mentorship, which was putting our students in the field with fire services to gain that practical experience and be able to apply their learning. And last year, I was given the responsibility of running the fire safety systems program, which had been on hiatus during COVID. And so when we had that program, I felt the need for that same level of integration for those students. It was brought forward by our program advisory council and by the students to say, you know, we'd like to learn more. So I contacted our council members, which is a group we talk to with regards to making sure everything we're teaching is still on, and said, hey, listen, I want to be able to send these students out at least 1 day a week with your technicians so that they can take the learning that they've got on Tuesday and put it into the field on Wednesday, and then come back on Thursday to say, hey, look at what I did and how it works and how it's integrated. So we approached industry, and Classic Fire was the first to say, we're on, we're in. We're for it, and we created this relationship with Classic and with a few other companies to allow our students that opportunity to do what's called work integrated learning, which is taking that classroom study and applying it the next day, the next hour in the real world so that they can see what they're learning.
That is so important, because you can learn everything in the classroom, but when you actually go to apply it, that's when you start to really, it starts to stick.
Yeah, we want that aha moment, like, aha, I really do know this.
And tell us about Classic.
And Classic was excited to partner with Fanshawe, and we've worked with them over the years on a few things, and we've had a number of students that have joined Classic over the years, and they've come in at a very junior level, and we've had some that are still there today, or that advance, or sometimes they do move on to other things in the fire world. So we looked at it as an opportunity. We think it's important as Classic, or as the industry, to cultivate or help cultivate these students, what they are learning in school, because we know that it's difficult to get hands-on experience in the field of truly reading it in a textbook versus what are you really doing. And it was fun to see, so during the first segment we've experienced with the team in the last 4 weeks, I guess, at this point. It's been a month. And we've sent them out, and I drop by the site visits and so forth, and see them and see the integration with everybody. And even the technicians love to give that back as well. You can see the enthusiasm and showing the students of what they're doing and why they're doing it and things like that.
So what are some of the things that they're actually doing then when they're in this partnership and when they're out in the field? So
in the field, so as a fire alarm technician in this specific case, is we service the fire alarm world, and that could be anywhere from servicing and inspecting a fire alarm system in a building, fire extinguishers, emergency lights, service calls, things like that. So we've been putting them on, we tried to break it up over the last 4 weeks, is to give them a little experience either in the fire alarm inspection side or service side, or some other non-fire alarm related, but or extinguishers and so forth, which is all part of the things we do to protect buildings and ultimately the people. Yeah.
And what's the feedback from the students?
Well, the feedback from the students is incredible. They're totally involved. They're stoked for it. We've seen that traditionally with our other programs, where that's what makes college such a beautiful experience, because it's experiential learning. So they're going out and they're doing, and their professors are current technicians. So we've got members from actually technicians who are with the fire service. They're inspectors, but they're still CFA technicians. They're teaching, and they're able to bring both sides of sort of the fire and life safety bubble to the students to make them aware of how everything works together, to current working technicians. Like none of these people are professors per se, except on a part-time basis with us, because they're coming in from the end of the workday to teach our students, say, okay, this is what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, because we're a learning institution, our own fire alarm system in the college, the technician that services it is one of my professors.
Nice.
So every night he's like, all right, pack up your books, we're going to this building. And they actually will start learning as they're working in the evening. So their feedback right now is they're so happy, they're so excited with this stuff because they're getting those tools and they're able to apply that learning, right? And it makes them a better product at the end, because when they graduate, one of the things they're bringing is not only am I, educated, but I'm experienced. I've got 40 hours, 60 hours, depending, that I can now bring to whomever wants to take my skill set and employ me, which is wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being here. Awesome. It's a wonderful partnership, and I always think that when you can put the experience with the book knowledge and people can collaborate and work together, it just makes it a win-win for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.